Hey everybody, it's Rob here with the Trucking Resources channel, and I'm going to do a video a little bit different here than what I usually do. I've been haunted since just before Christmas. December 24th was when I learned about it, Christmas Eve. I've been haunted by something that happened real close to our house. Not real close to our house, but in our county. It's the second time that an accident like this has happened in the last few years close to us, and I wasn't quite, Trucking Resources about resources in trucking, and I was trying to figure out, if I talked about this, if it wasn't in line with what the channel's all about. So I actually decided to spin it into something, what the channel's about, with resources, and we're going to talk about a real bad subject. We're going to talk about truck drivers drinking and driving. Drinking and driving their trucks. And, how much is too much to drink and then drive a truck? Well, most of us say anything, but there are those out there that think it's okay, as is evident by things that have happened. But to get into this, I want to start talking about an accident that happened that I said has haunted me. As of right now, only charges have been filed, and I believe in our American system and believe that you're innocent until proven guilty. So right now, I'm just going to give facts about what happened recently. There's some name calling I want to do, and actually through this video, you'll actually hear me, call the driver an idiot at one point, and I apologize that he hasn't been proven guilty yet. Once he is, I'm going to call him all kinds of things. But let me just jump right into this. I live in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Turnpike does run through a fairly large section of our county. So I'm going to read the article here. It was written December 30th. An Ohio trucker, he wasn't actually an Ohio trucker, but we'll get to that. I don't know. I've heard different stories about where he's from. I've heard he's from two different places, but was intoxicated when he drove an 18-wheeler in the wrong direction on the Pennsylvania Turnpike between the Reading and Morgantown exchanges, causing a head-on collision that killed two sisters from South America, state police said. The crash happened December 23rd, about 9:40 p.m. at mile marker 291, about 3 miles west of the Berks County line. After the crash, the truck driver, now I'm going to butcher some names here. The two women killed in this were from South America, and I'm really going to butcher their names. The driver has a foreign name. I don't... in the comments below, as I mentioned these names, if somebody knows how to say it right, can you put the pronunciation so I can say it? I don't mean to butcher names. I don't know what it is. But anyway, after the crash, the truck driver, Jagminder Singh, 41, of Warren, Ohio, ran into a passenger vehicle that was stopped at the scene and was found there by a state trooper who suspected he was impaired by alcohol and other substances. Singh was taken to Reading Hospital for treatment. He consented to a blood test. Although the results of the blood test are pending, investigators determined Singh was driving the tractor trailer while under the influence, causing the crash that killed two occupants of a pickup truck. Singh was arrested on 2 counts, each of homicide by vehicle while DUI. I'll get into that. I actually have his docket here. Again, here's a name butcher. This one is a hard one, and I'll put it right below here, and if somebody can actually say the correct pronunciation, let me know. The victims were later identified as Mariana and Nubia Levi Puma. That's how I got. I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced. They're both of Ecuador. The third occupant of the truck, a man who was not further identified, was taken to Reading Hospital for treatment of unspecified injuries. So here's the actual account of what happened. Trooper David Silly was initially dispatched at 9:31 p.m. for reports of a tractor trailer eastbound in the westbound lanes just east of the Reading Route 222 exchange in East Cocalico Township, Lancaster County. As a trooper headed to the area, he was notified at 9:38 p.m. that the truck had collided with another vehicle about 12 miles east of the Lancaster interchange and 7 miles west of the Morgantown interchange. Celia arrived and saw the tractor trailer with heavy front end damage facing east. The vehicle's door, a vehicle's door was stuck to the front bumper of his truck. He also saw the pickup facing west with heavy damage. The next line really hits. The trooper saw the sisters dead in the pickup. Another trooper found Singh in a passenger vehicle. The occupants of that vehicle said Singh was acting strangely. After Singh was treated for his injuries, he was arraigned the next morning we'll get into that. It does say here that Nubia's daughter, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, launched a GoFundMe to help the family cost of funerals and reparation of the bodies. I did look at that GoFundMe page, and I saw that they did raise the amount of money that they wanted. What a horrible, horrible time for that family. But what baffles me is the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and this is not just all going to be me talking. I'm going to take you out there. I'm going to drive different routes. We're going to try to figure out how he got on the turnpike going the wrong way. I'll also take you to the accident scene here. I do have the docket here. He was actually arrested on the 24th. This happened on the 23rd. 24th, he was arrested. Goes through, preliminary arraignment, which just means, he's arrested. There was a preliminary hearing scheduled for December 30th of 2022, which was continued, and it's now scheduled for January 18th, 2023. Today is January 4th. It says he's confined to Lancaster County Prison. He's unable to post bail. So the next page says his name, Jagminder Singh. Again, probably butchered. Arresting officer David Silly. Monetary bail was set at $250,000. Here's his charges: 2 counts of homicide by vehicle while DUI, 2 counts of homicide by vehicle, DUI, unsafe driving, driving under the influence of a controlled substance, 2 counts. Recklessly endangering another person, 4 counts. I'm not sure where the 4 counts comes from, but I'm sure I'll learn that at some point here. And then reckless driving and drive over divider. I assume that means driving on the wrong side of the road. Again, I'm not willing to, we live in America. You're innocent until proven guilty. But I am going to be following this, and we're going to do a whole thing about DUI truck drivers. It's not something we want to think about or even talk about, but it happens way more than it ever should. So let's just get to the action scene. This is part 1. I'm going to show you different routes. I'm going to show you the closest interchange to that, which was the 222, the Reading interchange here in Lancaster County. I'm going to show you different ways where he may have been able to get on. It's pretty hard for me to figure out how he did it. I actually have a phone call in to the officer, Officer Silly. I only called him today. I may hear back from him at some point. I may not. It is an ongoing investigation, and we have to respect the fact that they really need all the facts. I mean, two women died for this. I actually do have their picture. I'll put it up here. I will not put his picture up. He doesn't deserve it. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to do that. But at this point, that's just my opinion. But let me just get into how the route was run. And I'll show you the accident scene, pictures of the accident, and we'll go from there. So I am northbound on 222. I'm going to exit off here for the turnpike, and I'm going to figure out how hard it would have been from here to get on the turnpike going the wrong way. So from here you can see there's a barrier in front of me, making this turn. For me to get in the wrong way, I would have had to cross over that barrier, which would actually be pretty hard to do in a tractor trailer. So let's see, we're driving over here to get on. So now I'm going on eastbound, which he was going eastbound, but he was in the westbound lanes, which means I would have to cross over to that other side. And I'm actually going to take this left lane here just to see if there's anywhere I could have crossed over with a tractor trailer. Anywhere here I could have done that. There's a space, but yeah, you'd run over, and no, just don't see it. To do it right here would be pretty hard too. So let's see, I'm actually going to go east, but I got to see if there's anywhere to cross over. Alright, there's a line of trucks here all getting on going west, but there's no place to cross over from here. And now we're coming on. Yeah, I will, I'm going to run down to the next exit, the Morgantown exit, start coming back to the actual accident scene. Let's see if there's anywhere. That's just baffling. Alright, so right now, I am on the eastbound side, right in the area of the accident where it happened. Now obviously it happened on the other side of the road, but he was traveling this way, but over on the other line, right there where you see that flatbed coming up here. So for this part right here, I got to explain what happened, why I changed. I've been narrating everything as I've been driving, but at this point, stupid rookie YouTuber mistake. I'm recording. I turned down the volume on my radio, and I couldn't hear anything, but apparently the GoPro could, and it picked up a song on the radio, and as you know, copyright laws, I can't actually play that. So I'm actually going to narrate this last section as I'm coming up to the scene of the accident, where the accident happened a couple weeks ago. So let me go through this. Just coming up on it now. You're going to see right here as we're going around the bend. Remember, this was on a bend. Look at the road. Watch the road and see right here. You will see just how horrific that accident was. That weeks after that, all that traffic driving over it, and that's still what we have. Now I'll get to the next scene, but I did want to tell you why I had to narrate that part. Like I said, stupid YouTube mistake. Alright, so this happened a quarter mile back that way. Right where that red truck is right now. You can see that's exactly where it happened. So the truck was going this way while another truck coming the other way hit him head on. Let's see what more information we can find out. I'm coming up on the Reading exit off the westbound turnpike lanes, which is the way he was coming the wrong way. I am assuming that he got on the highway going the wrong way here. It's the only place I can think of. Now this is 5 miles from the accident scene, which quite frankly, if he made it that far, he's lucky he made it that far. But if he got on at that interchange, this is where he would have come around going the wrong way. And I'm going to go through this the whole way up to the going through the toll booths in the intersection. Now we already showed that if he was coming northbound on 222, it would have been near impossible for him to get on the wrong side. I mean, he would have really hopped some curves. You'd had to, yeah, it would have taken some strategic driving to get across there. There is another way he may have been able to, and right now this is all speculation. That's why this is part one. I'm not going to let this go. We're going to find out the details on all this as to how some idiot manages to get on the turnpike going the wrong way, you know, here in Pennsylvania. So if he did get on here going the wrong way, like I said, he would have been going the opposite way. I'll keep saying the opposite way of what I'm doing. Right where that JB Hunt truck is going, but he would have been on this side. He would have had to come through these toll booths the wrong way and go the whole way around that ramp the wrong way. All right, now just past here, there is a way. There's an Acme warehouse over to the left here. And you'll see this, you see the sign in front of me for Lesher Road, which exits up to that. Let me see if he had come out of the Acme warehouse, if he could have possibly turned this way. So there's the exit off, and if he came down, he would have been right here where it forces you to go right, obviously. I guess he could have made that left turn. Again, he probably would have run over a curb. I'm going to go up 222 north here, and I'm going to come back south and see how hard it would have been for him to do that. All right, we exited off 222, going southbound. Now, the only way to do it, I'm making a left turn here, turn towards the turnpike. The only way to do it would have been to make the hard left and get in the other lanes. Right there where you see them vehicles coming from. Only way that could have happened. Which, at this point, is probably the most logical thing that happened, but we will get to the bottom of it. I say at this point, it's all speculation. So, we'll see, but I will find out what actually happened. So that's the end of this part one of the video. We don't know everything that happened yet. I'm hoping to get some more information. I said many times to this, I'm not willing to let this go. You know, I keep saying I'm haunted by it. It's just, this is my industry. This is the industry I love. It's your industry if you're a truck driver. This stuff isn't okay. There's enough bad things that happen out there. Accidents happen. And it is horrible. And people die in these accidents. And it is horrible. But things like this are just... Yeah, we can get into that later. But I'm sure you all know what I mean. It's... yeah, accidents are horrible. But I don't know that I'm willing to consider this an accident at this point. But stand by for more from this. Watch some of my other videos. Hopefully they're a little bit more upbeat or tell you about stuff. But we are going to talk a little bit about DUI. We're going to find out how much you actually can drink and be in a limit. I have a breathalyzer on the way. I ordered a breathalyzer. And I don't need an excuse to drink beer, so I will show you. And we'll try to figure out, you know, what is too much. In my opinion, anything is too much when you're driving a truck. But we will talk more. And thanks for watching this video. And yeah, thanks.